Got this bad boy here. This is called a Pomona IPA. It's described as a mosaic IPA. No idea what the difference between a mosaic IPA is and a normal one, but it's looking pretty good.
You thirsty, partner?
Hello, welcome back to the Thirsty Form channel. Hope you're enjoying the content. If you are, smash that like and subscribe button. Lets me know you're enjoying the content. Will hopefully help that algorithm over time. So where am I today? Today I'm in Winchester. So a bit of a short drive from my base in Southampton, but thought I'd go and check out a pub that's behind me, and that is called the Willow Tree. Got a rating of 4.5 stars on Google. On Google reviews. Should be quite a nice pub. So look forward to it. So I'm hoping for nice sort of like country, relaxed vibes with hopefully some good beer and a good bite to eat. So come and join me. So we go and have a little look and see what this pub is all about. So, pint one of the day. So I've gone for a 4.2% pale ale. This is called the Moon Dance, and it's done by the brewery called Triple F Brewery. So, yeah, just initial first impressions. Looks a reasonable pint to me. Reasonably good colour. Slightly on the darker tinge or darker side. It does look pretty good. The head's settled down a little bit since from pouring to sitting down, but it does look still pretty good to me. Let's give it a try. Cheers. What's my thoughts? It's not a bad pint. It's not fruity or citrusy like the sort of beers that I do like to have. But it's not a bad pint. I think it's a good solid pint. So therefore, when I'm thinking of the ratings, it's going to be at least up there-ish, and yeah, when I'm giving a good ranking. So, what's my thoughts? I'm going to give that a good solid 7.6 when it comes to this beer. Cheers. So, looking at the score of the Moon Dance, it gets a reasonably respectable score, fitting within the top 20 of my beer rankings. So, unfortunately, due to the Willow Tree not having any food, we are in KFC having a quick pit stop for food now before we go back to the Willow Tree for a second pint and review on that. See you in a sec. Right, so I'm on pint number 2 of the day and got this bad boy here. This is called a Pomona IPA. It's described as a mosaic IPA. No idea what the difference between a mosaic IPA is and a normal one, but it's looking pretty good. 5.4%, and it's brewed locally by the Queen's Inn. It's a pub and microbrew, which is quite close to here. So I think it's only about like a 20-minute walk from here, roughly. So I see. Yeah, I might do another review of this on a separate video if there is interest and we fancy doing that. But anyway, yeah, brewed very, very locally. Yeah, 20 minutes down the road. So yeah, let's give it a go. Looking good. Nice, yeah, really bold colour. Liking the look of this. So let's give it a go. Anyway, cheers. Yeah, that's good. Get a lot more fruitier vibes in this than the first one. The first one is just your bold. It's just a standard IPA. This one has got a lot more fruitier notes to it. What am I thinking? So it is a little bit flat. It's not as bubbly as the previous pint, but I do like this. It's a good solid pint. What am I thinking when I come to the score? I think I'm going to be giving that. I'll give that. Yeah, I think I'll give that a good solid 8.4 when it comes to the score. So, yeah, that is my thoughts on the Pomona Mosaic IPA, sat by the fire here at this pub here. An impressive score of 8.4 sneaks the Pomona into the top 6 of my beer rankings. Now cut to me back at base where I give my final thoughts of my time at the Willow Tree. Back at base now, doing my in-depth, outro or review of the Willow Tree at Winchester. So if we take a look now at some of the notes that I've made, you can see that pint 1, I've reviewed that at a 7.6, and then pint 2, I've rated that as an 8.4. So therefore that gets a simple average score of 8 on the nose. Because there wasn't, in terms of variety, there wasn't that much there. What didn't exceed the 10 limit. Therefore, it doesn't get that 0.5 bonus score. So beer, obvious. So yeah, beer's at an 8. When we come to cleanliness, I thought that was absolutely squeaky clean. Can't really moan about that. Therefore, I've got no option to give it a 10. So yeah, got to be a 10 on that front. When we come to vibes, I've given that a 7. So yeah, so a 7. I thought it was relatively chilled, reasonably nice in there. When I went in there for my first pint, the bartender was very, very attentive to me. He was kind of curious to know what I was doing, what I was up to there. And when I mentioned that I was going to be doing that, I'm doing a pub and beer review channel, he was the one that recommended and suggested that I try pint number 2 because it was brewed locally, with a brewer just 20 minutes up the road. So yeah, it's quite good that, yeah, based on that information that he gave him, he was able to give me a good pint to review that I did prefer compared to that first pint. When it came to the second one, yeah, because it was quiet in there, the second guy wasn't as attentive, but it was still relatively good in there. It was relatively chilled. The nice open fire. I liked that. So you obviously got to bear in mind you're in there in the middle of the day on a Monday, so it's not going to be absolutely packed. It's not going to be absolutely bouncing. So you were just looking for those chilled vibes and whether I felt relaxed in there. And yeah, admittedly I did. So I'm just thinking when I'm comparing that to, for example, with the guide dog, when I went in there on a Saturday in the evening, absolutely, yeah, that should be like the prime time where a pub is bouncing. Even then, on a Monday, I felt it was a bit more lively and a nicer atmosphere than at that time at the guide dog. So yeah, so therefore, it definitely gets a better score in my eyes. So, and obviously we couldn't rate the food because unfortunately the kitchen was shut at that time. Anyway, if we look and at the average, this averages out to a score of around 8.3. So if I remember this according to my table, I remember this being quite high up on the table. So I do agree with that. It is quite a nice pub. So I think, yeah, possibly I could try some of the food. Maybe it's better. It could get a better score, or maybe vice versa, and maybe get a bit of a worse score. So yeah, it's a bit tricky to tell. And the beer was reasonably good. Like some of the stuff there, they did have some of the generic stuff, like your Cruise Campo. Trying to remember some of the other stuff as well. So Cruise Camper Stowford Press. Yeah, maybe if they could have had, they did have that one local beer, to be fair to them, but I don't know, maybe if they had some, yeah, maybe had some more of the beers that supported that local brewery, that could have been pretty good. 'Cause I did think that was quite a nice touch with that one beer. But yeah, you let me know what you think. Have you been to the Willow Tree before? If you have, what have you found of the place? Have you liked the vibes? Have you liked the atmosphere? And as well as that, have you liked the beers? How have you rated that beer? I'd like to know your thoughts and opinions on this video, how you found it, ways to improve, etc. So I'm constantly looking at ways that I can evolve and adapt this channel, for future videos to come. Yeah, if you've liked the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, that means the absolute world to me, as I'm constantly trying to grow and expand this channel and rack up the followers and rack up the likes and comments on my videos. But anyway, enough of me blabbering, and yeah, over and out.